Thank you, Daisy. Gonna cost me a little bit. How's everybody doing here? Looking pretty happy. What a happy-looking group of human beings we have here today. Those of you that are watching the soccer game, have you seen the riots in Brazil? They're going crazy down there because all the money was spent to build stadiums instead of, and they took it from the people, and took it from their school systems, and they took it from their transportation systems. We were down in Brazil in last October for a world track meet, and give you an idea what Brazil was like when we were there. We went to McDonald's at one point, not so much to go in there, but Diane wanted to get a coffee, and there was a guard at the door with a flak vest on, and a pistol, a really good-looking pistol, standing there like this. We walked by him. There was another one in the upstairs area. Now, I don't know what they expected in there. It worked out pretty good, but Diane refused to have the coffee anyway. She said the coffee thing looked dirty. I can't understand that. So it was like that. But in a track meet, you know, you used to the starter's pistol going off. You know, bang. And when you're in a track meet, there's a lot of things going on. It's kind of a circus. You get the high jump, you get the long jump, you get different races going on. People are all over the place. And you hit bang, and you look to see where the runners are going. In this track meet, this is a world championship. In this track meet, you'd see runners come flying by. You never heard the gun. And finally, I was watching them. They had an electronic gun that went. That was the start. On your mark, set. Only you couldn't hear it unless you were within 30 feet of it. Some of the runners didn't hear it. I watched them like hesitate when they heard it because they never heard anything like it. I asked somebody, why did they do that? They said, well, you know this area, and we were down in, where the heck were we, honey? Porto Alegre, yeah, down in the south. They said, when people hear gunshots, they get a little nervous and start ducking around here in the neighborhood, so they had to do Oh, we made it back. Michael, you sure brought that whole James Dean thing right down to the end. Drinking beers and banging gears on the outside looking in. It was a desperate time on the small town stage. No prize coming, the coming of age. But you burn with a passion and you burn with the rage till the fire done pulled you in. And me, I was just a blue-eyed kid, and you were 2 years older than me. As I look back on the days in the dust, you were all I wanted to be. You were quick with a smile, and good with a wheel, and cool with the wind. You made us feel we were all gonna rise in a flash of steel in some teenage fantasy. So look out your hometown heroes, look out your homecoming queens. The bad kid coming to the party tonight, he's coming to party at the scene. Now your old man still stares at the street sometimes with a sad look in his eyes. And your sad mama wakes in the heat of the night. She thinks about her baby, she cries. Now the midnight crew, we're all settled down. It's been many years, the same old town. The sun comes up and the rain comes down on the hillside where you lie. So look out your hometown heroes, look at your homecoming queens. 'Cause the bad kid coming to the party tonight, it's coming to party at the seams. Michael, you sure brought that old James Dean thing right down to the end. Drinking beers and banging gears on the outside looking in. It was a desperate time on a small town stage with no prize coming, the coming of age. So you burn with a passion and you burn with the rage till the fire done pulled you in. I love you still? Will I wait a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. And if I ever saw you, I didn't catch your name, but it doesn't really matter. I will always feel the same. I love you forever and forever. Love you with all my heart. Love you whenever we're together. Love you when we're apart. And if I ever found you, sing it loud so I can hear you. Make it easy to be near you, 'cause the things you do and do to me, I know. I wrote that song. I have dreamt of a place and time where nobody gets annoyed. I must admit that I'm not there yet, but something is keeping me going. Maybe there's a world that I'm still to find. Maybe there's a world that I'm still to find. Open up a world and let me in. Let there be a new place to begin. I've been waiting for that moment to arrive. All at once a world of peace will fill my eyes. How nice. I have dreamt of a place and time, borderless and wide, where people move from place to place and nobody's taking sides. Maybe there's a world that I'm still to find. Maybe there's a world that I'm still to find. Open up a world and let me in. Let there be a new path to begin. Let there be a new path to begin. Let there be a new path to begin.